Hello, hello, and thank you for pressing that play button today. I am Gemma, an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK and go by the name of the Crafty Little Gem. And today I have a pencil or a pen box for you. It does slide all the way out. However, I did do this quite a while ago, so I'm hoping I can remember how I put it together, as everything has been cut and I do have my measurements. So let's get started. So you will obviously need a regular size pencil. I'll go through each bit separately. I think that's the best thing for me to do. Get all those other little bits out of the way. And we are starting with some cardstock that measures 8 1/4 by 5 1/8. Now let's have a look. On the 5 1/8 side, we are scoring at 1 1/4, 1 3/4, 2 9/16. So I'm just going to move that across slightly. So my line now here butts up to the raised bit on there, but on your scoreboard you'll be able to find that anyway. I'm then going to move it back, and then I'm going to go in at 3 3/8 and 3 7/8. This is the main bit for this inside for the pencil. So I will need my trimmer for the next bit, so I'll just grab that. Here we go. I'm just going to extend it and hoping that will fit in. And what we are going to do is, where's it gone? On the 8 1/4 side at 5/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to take it to 5/8 of an inch. So which is there. I'm going to grab my cutter. Sorry if I get my head in. And I'm actually lining my blade, which I've got, there's a line here. I'm matching up to this line in the middle. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop it down, and I'm going to move up to that outside score line, and I'm going to move down to this outside score line, moving up and checking that I've just cut that bit. We're going to turn around and line it up to 5/8 of an inch again on my cutter. You could measure in 5/8 of an inch and then use a hand knife. That's absolutely fine, but I am very dangerous with those, so that is a no-go for me. And I have just cut a line in that side as well. And pop that out of the way. And what we're actually going to do is, this is going to be the inside. So I'm going to fold my score line, so that the longer ones go down, so a mountain. Then we have a valley. No, that is wrong. Mountain, a mountain. Can you tell how long this has been for me? Then a valley, so all the way across, that is going to be a valley fold. Then we have a mountain and another mountain. So what you will actually be doing is gluing these sides together like so, and just pinching it in so you've got like a little well in the middle. These bits will go down as well, however we've got the ends that we're going to be popping in. So with your adhesive, on either end, it really doesn't matter, they're both the same. I am going to do 2 lines. You can use liquid glue. If I was using liquid glue, I would be using Tombow. Just pull those up, and then what you're going to do is you're going to just wedge that one into this fold in here. So just pop it in, making sure this line comes right to that edge, and glue it down. And that is the base of your box. We have 2 side pieces. Now I do have a little template how this goes in. You will need 2 pieces that measure 2 1/8 by 2 7/8. Grab your scoreboard and on each side, we are scoring at 1/2 inch, turning and scoring at 1/2 inch. Do that on the other one, 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch, and then on the 2 7/8 side you are scoring at 5/8 inch, 1 1/8, 1 3/4 and 2 1/4. Exactly the same on this one, 5/8 inch, 1 1/8, 1 3/4, 2 1/4. Both ends are exactly the same. Move that out of the way. And here we go. I will bring my template in like this. This is how you will be cutting it. So again, it doesn't matter which end you start, as long as you've got the short end facing you. You're going to cut up to the 3rd score line, so that's 2 and 3. We are cutting off there. Yeah. We are then cutting from the outside line in to create a triangle, and I'm just going to flip that round, and we are cutting that one off. Again, I'm just going to flip this on the other side, cut up 3 of your score lines, cut that off square, come in at an angle, flip it over and cut that one off like so. We're doing exactly the same on this one. I'm cutting the score line away, cut up to the 3rd score line, cut that off, cut in diagonal and cut that away, cut up 3 score lines, cut away, cut in on a diagonal and cut that one away. Now on this bit here, we are just then going to wedge in on both pieces, and then you can then fold and burnish all of your score lines like so. Fold them 2 in, and just give yourself some nice sharp edges like so. So these tabs now will slot into there. That is the bottom that will slot in. This, first of all, you're going to pull up and we're going to glue that in like so. Then we can pop it down once that's glued in. It is a bit fiddly, but it will be fine. And then that will come over like so. So we'll get that done. Pull your side out. Put a little bit of your liquid glue Tombow on the very end of this one. You're going to slide that while that is up. Make this edge come all the way to this cut edge here and tack it down, making sure that that is in place nicely. Pop that down, and what I would suggest is you do both ends because it will pull apart otherwise. Again, you're working on this longer side here. On the outside, some liquid glue. Pop this end up, pop your tab inside and to this, right to this edge, and then you can just hold that in place and tack it down like so. And then what you're going to do is, because you haven't glued this end in, you can then just pop it down and it'll stretch, but this other end hasn't ripped. So what we're going to do now is add some glue to either end and then to the bottom here, and then we're just going to slot that in. So tiny bit, and on that edge. Keep them in and just slot that in like so. And that is that end finished off. We're doing exactly the same with this end. Tiny bit of glue on both your tabs and on that end. Fold your tabs in and under, and then get that one, and then you can pop it in and hold it into place. Like so. That is the base of the inside of your box done. I will just bring that up just so you can get a better picture if you need to of the template. We're then going to come in with the wrap. Now this measures 8 and I want to say 3/8, but I've crossed it out. Yes, 8 3/8. However, it can be as long as you want it to be. You can have it longer. So, but mine is 8 3/8 by 3 3/4. 5. So 8 3/8 by 5. I'm reading the wrong thing. I am so sorry. Pop that out the way. Get your wrap in for the box. On the 5-inch side, score at 1 1/4. Yeah, score at 1 1/4, 1 7/8, 3 3/16. So that is 1. That's 2/16. So I'm just gonna 1 2 3. Score that there. Move it back 3 3/4. Fold and burnish on all of your score lines. Like so. And then what I'm going to do is grab the box and actually wrap and that end comes all the way to that end, which is what I wanted. And there we go, that's the inside and that's the inside there. Make sure it pushes in and out nicely. So I'm going to add adhesive double-sided tape to this one. One to the outside and one nearer to the score line because it was nice and snuggly. Take your adhesive off, grab your box again, pop it in the inside. The one that you've got adhesive on, take it to the edge and making sure they're all lined up. That is your holder. So just now the fun bit to decorate. I've got some cardstock that measures 8 by 1 1/4. I'm going to have that on top there. I've got some DSP that measures 7 7/8 by 1 inch, and that's going to go on top. I want it that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my Tombow glue. I'm going to have these flush. Like so. Oops. And I'm going to just pop that straight on there as well.